Hello, everybody. Even though the only person in here right now is J4.
I thought I'd seen other people in here too. Hold on.
I got 10 likes, but you're the only person that's actually present in the video right now. Hopefully, now that they hear that they get the notification. Get the notification that I've gone live. They'll be in here soon. Somebody popped in for half a second and disappeared again. I hate when people do that.
I remember a couple of days ago we were talking about you said you know about Nephilim.
Nephilim?
Yeah, I wanted to speak a little bit about that since they're in the Bible and people don't believe. All right. From what I learned, the Anunnaki were the creators that basically created humans. But before the humans were created, they were trying to, let me take it back. I'm going to just shorten up the story. I'm going to take it back. They had to, something was wrong with their planet and they needed gold to fix it. And they could not find any other planet to fix it. So there was, I think, there were two brothers, Enki and Enlil. One of them got casted out because he did something wrong, and he ended up finding the planet Earth. And then he found, all the minerals and the plants and all that stuff. And he brought back that information, and they realized there was gold over there, so they allowed him back into their planet. So they needed people to, not people, but they needed other entities to mine the gold. So they went and captured the Ajiji. So the Ajiji was, became slaves to mine the gold. And so, of course, there was going to be a rebellion because they were getting mistreated. And so after the rebellion, of course, the Anunnaki they overpowered them. And so in order to prevent another rebellion, they said, we're just going to create a lesser intelligent race. And so they kept mixing this and mixing that. So that's how you get all the cyclopses and all the three-headed monsters and all that type of stuff that just were unruly. And so after that, they were like, we need to try to create a certain type of being that will be able, that's not intelligent, but smart enough to do their job. And so they created the first human, which is called, you guys call it Adam, but there's another name for him. And so, of course, after all the humans were created, of course, you have some Anunnaki that would end up sleeping with them. And so that's where you end up getting and after you sleep with them, they'll have giant babies, and that's where you get Nephilim from. But the giant babies, which are demigods, were just like terrorizing other humans, and the story goes on and so forth. I don't want to get into all that stuff, but that's how that created, and it just started. What is it called? David and Goliath.
All right.
So that's where that story came from. So whenever I used to love when Christians or people that have the Bible knock on my door. I used to love it, and I would just point out certain things in the Bible and ask them, what does this mean? And my favorite one was Psalms 82 because it mentions how we have multiple gods, where it says God sits in the middle of the assembly amongst the other gods, and he judges. And when I pointed out, it's like they could never answer that. Like, what does it mean? Does it mean we have multiple gods? What does it mean? They just can't answer, and they look at me like I'm a demon. And I'm like, well, it's in your Bible, so I don't understand.
No, trust me, I totally understand, because when I was the kid that whenever we talked about Noah's Ark when I was like 7 or something like that, I was like, but what happened to the secret, like the water animals, like the fish and because you can't mix saltwater and seawater animals.
No.
Otherwise, they would have all died.
Yep. You know what else is fascinating too? I don't know if you ever heard of Admiral Byrd.
Are you ready to eat dinner?
You heard of him?
Give me just a second. Lily's asking for her dinner because she finally woke up from her nap.
Yeah.
Get that out of the microwave for her.
You mean I finally got out of my shower?
Yeah, you got out of the shower, but I'm talking, but you were napping whenever I took your plate.
My tongue is so much pain. Hi, Frosty. Hi, Alphonse. Mike G. Shirley, how are you? TWC, if you guys are even in here.
Eat the potatoes. They're cheesy with sour cream and onion and the chicken. If you eat all of your chicken, I'll give you some sour cream and onion. It's one little piece of chicken, so you should be able to eat all of it. All right, hi. Only person that actually joined is Michael so far. Come on, guys. Where did you all go? Pop in and say hi for 2 seconds. You leave me a like, which is great. That's wonderful. But what's the point if you're not going to be here for the knowledge?
Right? Yeah. So another fascinating story I wanted to share. I don't know if you ever heard of Admiral Byrd, where he was flying around the North Pole, and as he got closer, his plane, he lost control of the plane, and it's as if it was flying itself. And so it flew directly into the North Pole, and all of a sudden the weather started to become 70 degrees, and he was seeing certain animals that were supposed to be extinct, they were still there. And other people came out from the middle of the earth, which is called Argartha. And they said, this was after the bombing of the Hiroshima. And they said, you need to tell your leaders of the world to not drop any more nuclear bombs because that is way beyond our intelligence and it's shaking up the universe. So after that, whenever you hear anything about nuclear weapons getting ready to be deployed, it's not going to happen. And whenever they do deploy them just for test results, if you do research, you'll see certain UFOs come out of the sky and zap them out of the air. They were like, you guys can kill each other all you want. You can bomb, do whatever you want, but you cannot use nuclear weapons at all. So the last nuclear weapon I was dropped was Hiroshima, World War II, and that's it. So I sometimes feel I feel sad for humans when they get scared about hearing anything about, oh my God, they're going to drop another bomb, nuclear. It's like, no, it will never happen again.
Lily, what are you crying about?
Huh?
YouTube is gone.
Like right here, it was here, and now it's gone.
Well, swipe over and see if you can find it elsewhere. No, swipe without. Okay, sorry about that. No, Michael, there's not really a list. This is meant to be a horoscope thing, and yes, you can ask questions, but we're right now, especially, we're really just trying to focus on what's going to be happening with this full moon. Hi, Prachi.
Hi, Prachi. In a few minutes to let more people come in, so I can speak my mind. Hey, you already know what's my question. Well, you can ask this question. So,
yeah, Michael, over the full moon is in 2 days.
I guess it doesn't have YouTube anymore. I don't know why.
You know, another thing people ask when they say, what's the person's current feeling? Sometimes I write in the chat, and I'm like, follow the moon, and it'll tell you exactly how they feel at the moment, depending on what house it's in. Hey, I'm not going to do my taxes.
Is there a subscription for that thing?
CWC is a troll.
Huh?
Is there a subscription for that thing?
For YouTube?
For the whole system?
I don't think so. Anything that she's experiencing right now, Michael, is like false symptoms. It's more from stress or emotional overwhelm than actual pregnancy symptoms. You still got time on that. What's coming for you and Vianney's life in the next week?
Well, is there anybody in here as Aries? I'm going to start it off. Oh, let me let you handle Mike. I'm sorry.
You're fine.
Mama.
What, Lilith?
Because it doesn't turn on.
What is it turned on?
Michael, you guys might have a serious conversation.
Turned on. Something that we have to write out.
Honestly, she might go. She might. Has she admitted that she's pregnant yet? Has she actually said anything about being pregnant yet? Because that might be the conversation that happens this week. Yes, Prachi, you can ask a question, but we're gonna be getting into this full moon stuff. because I want to know what's going on with this full moon stuff.
The content filters is turned on. Yeah.
Content filters.
Yeah.
Well, it's probably means whatever it's filtering is probably something you shouldn't be watching anyway.
Actually, I'm not
Yeah, she
watching
might
anything.
tell you that she thinks she is.
I'm not actually watching anything right now. I'm on here right now, and I can't buy anything. I can't get to YouTube, but I can get Netflix.
Well, you can't get Netflix. YouTube is under Netflix. Pretty sure. Don't be turning it way up.
You'll need a subscription to YouTube TV.
Oh, that's YouTube TV. Okay. Oh, waiting on Prachi's question. And we're gonna get into Prachi's like, can I have angel guidance for current situation? Okay. And maybe we can actually Lily, what are you wanting to watch on YouTube?
I want to watch Lanky Fox.
Lanky Box does what?
Like Lanky Fox plays played Roblox, and Justin is playing with Yellow Rainbow Friend.
Okay. Hey Google. Play Lanky Box plays Roblox while Justin plays as Yellow Rainbow Friend.
With
It'll be fine. Hi Tiana. This is mostly meant to be horoscope stuff. I am answering a couple of questions, but we're about to jump into what the full moon is all about for each sign. Prachi's angel guidance and spirit message.
the pizza one.
You've got an opportunity coming, Prachi. You could be getting some kind of news. This news is probably going to blindside you. This is probably something that you're not expecting to hear. What's our guidance? What's the actual guidance? Your guidance is to take a step back and think about what's going on. Don't react too much. Like, don't, when it happens, when you get this news, sit down and quietly meditate on what to do. Don't immediately react to it. Don't try to start a fight. Because, like I said, it's something that's supposed to blindside you. So whatever this is, you really have to just take the time. Take your time and really think things through.
Oh, Lord.
Hi, Diamond.
Sounds like it's not loaded right. Tater butt.
Hi, Tim. Well, hopefully it's going to handle itself.
All right. I want to knock this out. And hopefully everybody can hear me very, very clear. So, now this full moon is not going to be a bad full moon. It's actually going to be a good one, depending on how you look at it. For the most part, it's going to be a bad one. It's all about people stepping forward. So if everybody can think back to the themes that were happening around March 20th and April 21st, like 19th and 20th, around that time, hi, Diamond. Those were the themes that were like playing out. And so the full moon is going to bring it to culmination and just like show you, like push you forward to your next life, which is supposed to be a new life for everybody, right? So with that being said, with Aries, since the spotlight is on you, it's about your personal development, your values. How do you look at relationships? What's your value in a relationship? How do you value yourself in a relationship? So, you know, you may decide that is this relationship worth it? Am I going to want to move forward? Chances are you probably will want to move forward. And if it's a past person, you might feel like you want to release the anger towards that other person that you had in the past, that all the resentment and all the anger that you had for that person. You might just be like, all right, let's just drop this and just move on from it and let go of the anger against that past person. So it's all about relationship values. Now, there is a possibility, Aries, that you may come in contact with a past person that you felt like you lived with in another lifetime, and it's a fated relationship. Happened this year. It could be somebody that you cared for another time, like years ago, and they just popped back. You just felt like you know the person. And if it's somebody that you never met before, chances are it's somebody that you've known in another lifetime. Now, if that happens, there's a possibility that you can just careful that you don't do forbidden things, sexual acts, and just go all out with that person because you're going to feel so close to them. And that's a major possibility. So look out for relationship pop up from a previous relationship, or somebody that you cared for before, or somebody from another lifetime that you've never seen in this lifetime, and you feel like, okay, I know this person. Now, with that being said, chances are your energy might get depleted, and that's not off of your fault. It could be off of other energies, like energy vampires or whatever. Now, once you start feeling like you're drained and you're too tired, you need to find out who that person is, or what that person or what entity or what's around you that is depleting your energy, and just cut that out immediately. And that's all for the full moon for Aries. You also may be, like I said, you may feel like you're being pushed to just end a certain anger that you had for somebody. That's going to really push you to do that. And that's for Aries. So look out for past relationships. Now, Taurus, it's all about health and service. So when it comes to your health, you may need to cut out bad habits, smoking, drinking, or just eating just because you want to, because that could be detrimental to your health. Now, something in your job may end, it may come to a close. Maybe you may walk away, or the boss may fire you.
Okay, eat your dinner.
If you find that is happening, you need to go ahead and just understand it's just a full moon pushing you to a new direction, and don't take it to heart. Also, you may find out there's been some gossiping around you behind your back. Since the full moon is going to be in 12th house, you'll find out who your enemies were. This is a possibility. And when you do find out your enemies, your chances are you're going to want to confront them. And when you confront them, you'll feel good about it. Just don't end up in a fight. But mainly health service, take care of your health, because it will be detrimental if you do not. That's for Taurus. Gemini, this is going to be very social for you. You may want to gather up with some friends, get new contact. But with that being said, you may look at it where you're like, I feel like I don't want to have these friends anymore. And what am I doing with these people? I want to just go ahead and do my own thing. If that doesn't happen, then if you have a child, the child may be the one to say, hey, I don't want to hang out with these friends anymore. I just want to cut them out because they're not serving me anymore. So it's all about social events and cutting out friends that you feel like you just want to do your own thing and not want to be around that same team anymore. Maybe build a new team and just move forward with that.
Hey, Google,
for Gemini. Cancer. How am I going to say this now? You may get a new career change or a promotion, or you might get news about a promotion, or just give up on something altogether when it comes to like your career. And when you do, you might chances are you're going to be excited about it. Also, you need to end an argument with your parents. Something with your parents that you need to just like go ahead and resolve and just make up with them. But it'll be something about a new career. You might get a new promotion that you hear about, or you might start up a new career. But if you do end up leaving your job, you'll be excited about it, and everything will work out for the better, and just pushing you into a new direction, moving you forward into what's coming after the eclipse cycle. So for Leo, Leos are going to have a really good time.
Now don't make yourself sick.
So about good
right?
times and education for
All
Leo.
what you do is eat. Not make
You may
yourself
get
sick.
some news about travel.
You hear me?
Maybe you've been trying to get a passport and you've been waiting for a long time, or you might get news from a foreign land, from another country, or from a foreign person. And just whenever you do, take upon that offer and just travel and don't waste it. And also, you might, there's beliefs that you've been having for a long time. You have strong beliefs, and other people have been going against it. You might feel like, you know what, I don't want to fight about this no more. You won, or you may feel like, you know what, maybe let me look at things differently, and you just end that whole argument altogether and just choose not to fight with that person. But it's all about good times, traveling, and education. You may want to take up a new course, or you might hear one of your child might graduate, or say, hey, mom or dad, I want to study for something new. And if they do, just help them out with that. Virgo, finances. You should finally see the outcome of your finances. If you've been in debt, if you owe taxes, go ahead and revisit that area and see what you owe. You could even apply for a new loan depending on your credit. If you are looking at your taxes, it's a good time to cut out expenses that you do not need, such as if you have an extra credit card that you need to pay off, go ahead and pay that off. You'll get major relief off of it. If you've been dealing with court cases, you should just go ahead and deal with the court cases, and you'll finally get results from it from the full moon. So it's all about paying your taxes, paying debt off, loans, and you'll finally see the outcome of it, and you'll get relief off of that. So Libra, since this is going to be in your 7th house, it's all about relationships. It's for Libra. If you are in a relationship, you're going to probably look at your partner and say, where is it going? What should we fix? And you'll be blunt about it. If it's not working out, you may choose to walk away. If it's something that you want to deal with, then you and your partner should just go ahead and sit down together and talk about and hash everything out. But the thing is you will, as a Libra, you will be blunt about it. Hey, are we going to move forward with this and fix this? Or should I just walk away and not waste my time? So this will be a very blunt conversation due to the fact that it's the full moon in your 7th house, and the full moon brings a lot of energy and warrior status. So you're not going to have the time for the bullshit. You're just going to get right to the point. Look, this is what we need to fix. Are we going to get married? If not, then let me move on and just don't waste my time. Also, if you have any enemies out there, chances are it's a good time to fix that problem with your enemies, or, and you might collaborate with your enemy and just be like, hey, let's work on this. It's better for us to team up than to just fight against each other because it's not going anywhere. So then it'll work out in your favor. And that's for Libra. Scorpio, if there is a Scorpio in there, work on your health also. Also, somebody might be leaving your job, or you might be leaving your job secretly, but you're not telling anybody that. And if it is somebody that's leaving the job and you found out about it, chances are on the outside you'll be like, oh man, I wish they're not leaving. This is bullshit. I wish they would stay. But on the inside, you're like, hell yeah, I'm glad they're leaving. Maybe I can take their position. Better for me. I really don't care. So it's all about somebody leaving your job and working more on your health. But secretly, you'll be faking it, saying that, hey, I wish you wasn't leaving. But on the inside, you're like, I'm glad you're leaving. Get the hell up out of here. Now I can take your position. And that's secretly for Scorpio. Sag, this is the best time for you to go out and have fun, celebrate. You will enjoy life. As a matter of fact, you're going to be the only zodiac sign to be enjoying this moon transit the most, because it'll be all about going out. Now, with that being said, chances are you'll probably be saying goodbye to a colleague or friend. So that's probably what the celebration will be, meaning that maybe they got a new promotion somewhere and they have to move, or maybe they found a new house, or just they want to move away or whatever. And so you're just going out to socialize with that friend. It's going to be a gathering. And it's like, hey, I'm sad, you're leaving, but, let's just have fun, and enjoy the last moment. let me think. So don't be surprised if you see people from the past that pop up and that want to socialize and have fun also. Then that will really push the limits and just enjoy yourself. There'll be more time to be your child. Also, something with your child. Your child, they'll be, if you have children on this badge, one of your children will probably be like, hey, mom or dad, I really don't need your help anymore. I can take care of myself. Thank you for everything, but I want to be more independent. With that being said, if they say that, look into their expenses, because if they're like, I want to be more independent, and then they go out there and buy a $15,000 car, chances are they're going to be looking back at you like, hey, can you help me out with this? And it's like, hey, I thought you wanted to be more independent. So if your child chooses to be independent, make sure you look at their expenses to see if they can handle it. If they cannot handle it, sit them down and talk to them. But they will be a bit rebellious, and understand that rebellion is coming from the full moon. So just don't come out combative, because you will only push them away and they'll go into failure, and then you'll have to be the one to go around and take care of that yourself. But their expenses will be high. Capricorn. It's all about moving and selling your home. You may want to move or expand or grow your family, maybe get another child. But if that is the case, it's not, most Capricorns are reserved. But at this point, you're going to want to tell the world, like, hey, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. I want a bigger family. Oh, I just got a new home. So with that being said, you also, if you do get a new home, it'll be a good time. It is a good time for you to say goodbye to a lot of people. You'll probably be saying goodbye to a certain position or career that you have, just so you can take that big move. And you'll be excited about it and wanting to tell everybody, hey, this is what's going to happen for me. This is going to be my new life. So a lot of people will probably be sad about it, but you'll be the only one to be happy about it because you're moving forward with your life.
Really laughing at that because you talking about you've been like how you've been talking about for a while now, the fact that September you're planning on moving back down to Florida.
Who, your dad?
Huh? No, you.
Who, you
J4.
Me? I know, right? Yeah, but I don't want the spotlight on me. I'm speaking in general. So, as I was doing my research and stuff like that, I'm like, oh yeah, this is all about moving because it's in our 4th house. So I'm like, all right, that's where that energy is coming from, where I want to move. So Aquarius, since this is going to be in your 3rd house, it's all about siblings, your learning, short distance travel. You may want to write or start writing, or if you've been writing, it'll come into fruition to where you're finally like, okay, I want to share my skills with other people and show them what I've been writing, books, novels. You may also want to sell something. Maybe a car or something you want to sell. If not, then it'll be all about maybe you're graduating, or maybe you're announcing that you want to go back to school, or maybe one of your child is graduating. Now, if you were Aquarius in an argument or somebody that was a friend a couple months ago, and you guys were in an argument or you just like fell out, chances are there's an opportunity to where you can fix that problem and bury the hatchet with that partner. And just let that argument go, because it will you guys down. Because sometimes like as an air sign, you do think about it. It doesn't bother you as much because, not to be disrespectful, but Aquariuses are the heartless people of the zodiac sign. But you do think about it. And sometimes when you are able to vent to somebody, you'll vent to that person and be like, well, this is what they did to me, and that's what they did. And sometimes, for the most part, they do Aquariuses wrong. Because, even though you guys are heartless, you guys are still the humanitarian, so you're willing to help people regardless, and even if it's detrimental. So if that person does come around, go ahead and bury that hatchet and let it go. Last but not least, Pisces. You're getting paid. I wish Hobby was here.
2 bites of potatoes.
You're getting paid. Also, you may end a partnership or a contract that doesn't make sense. Or if it does make sense, you may help a partner financially. Just make sure it's the right person that you're helping. You don't want to just help somebody and exert yourself and they take advantage of you, because Pisces are known to just help people out, and people just run all over them because they're just so like, woe is me, like this and that. And people see and they just take advantage of them. Also, it's a good time to ask your boss because you will probably realize what your worth is, and you might ask your boss like, "Hey, like, what's my worth? Can I get a raise? I think I do enough for people. I do enough at this job. You know, don't be scared about it because Pisces are shy, and they tend to just like get ran all over and taken advantage of. So just ask your boss if you feel like you're worth more than what you're doing, then just ask for the raise. It won't hurt. Unless you have a dickhead. And even if you have a dickhead, excuse my language, even if they have a mean boss, I don't think they will be willing to attack you because they probably will see your worth and value and just go ahead and give you that promotion. If they do not give you that promotion, then it's best to look for another job where your value is needed and they'll help you out. Also, release some unnecessary expenses. Like, if you know you don't watch Netflix, cut that out. If you're constantly on YouTube, just go ahead and just stick to YouTube. If you don't drive your car, but you're making payments on it, and you're a truck driver, but you're only home for like a day, get rid of the car. Stuff like that, unnecessary expenses. So that's what I have for everybody. This full moon is not going to be a bad full moon. It'll be a good one finally. And I just want everybody to just relax, take a deep breath, and understand we're just being pushed into our new life and everything. If you can think back, like I said earlier, think back to the month of March and April and remember the themes that we're playing out, whether it's relationship, new job, new boss, and things like that. And that's the themes that we're moving into because right now the full moon is just pushing us into that new life and it'll all pan out. Okay, everybody, that was a lot of talking. Are we in full moon energy? Yes, we are. It's starting to show. It starts like 2 days before and 2 days after until we go into the full cycle. And also the eclipses will change everything to like make sure we're all put in the right proper places that we're supposed to be in. Now, we do have free will. The only detrimental part about it is like usually when people have an idea, like let's say they're like, hey, I want to go to school for nursing. And so they're like, they start at school, right? When this lunar eclipse happens, that might not work out for them, and the universe is going to push them into another direction. And so now they're going to be imbalanced, like, wait, but this is what I want to do. I want to be a nurse. And it's like, that's not what you're going to do. And so this is an example, and I want people to pay attention to this. Now, usually when you go with one plan, but that plan doesn't work, as humans, we think of another plan, and we're like, okay, well, you know what, I'm going to do this. And the universe will grant it to you. But in the sky, Mercury and Mars will be combust. So if you get messed up, there will be no other plans. You're just going to have to stick it out and just work through your demons. Because there will be no help from Mercury, no help from Mars. They'll be combust. So if you find yourself being confused, and facing your fears, it's better to work through the fears so you can overcome it because these are the planets. Usually we're always getting help by other planets. And like the moment we mess up on something, we have a plan B and a plan C and a plan D. There will be no plan B, C's, and D's. We just have to work through the fears. And that's what will be happening for the month of October until everybody's placed to where they're supposed to be placed. It's all about working through your fears for the lunar eclipse and the solar eclipse. Hi, Shirley. Now, does anybody have any questions for Aaron? I need to take a sip because my throat is parched.
Mama, my skin is covered off right here on my boo-boo.
Aries, you heard everything? So somebody maybe from your past life or somebody from months ago that you maybe the cancer will pop up. Cancer pop up. I'm not saying that will be for sure.
Yeah, especially since I'm not talking
if you do,
to him right now.
Don't get so aroused. You start doing things like, oh, I wish I didn't do that, but it felt so good.
Mama,
how is eclipse going to affect us, Virgo and Libra cusp? The eclipse is going to be in which eclipse? The lunar eclipse? The lunar eclipse is going to be in what zodiac sign? That's in Aries, though, right?
No, it's no, it'll be the eclipse.
Isn't it in a Libra?
The new moon eclipse will be in Libra. The full moon
Libra?
eclipse
Okay,
will be after Scorpio starts, so it'll be in Taurus.
Okay, since she's a cusp, but what's her sun sign? Is it okay? You know, I'm gonna go off of her.
She's technically a Libra by a few hours.
Then the spotlight will be on Libra. It's all about changing your persona and who you are. Now, if you want to go off of your Virgo cusp, then it's gonna affect your finances. It's best to like pay off your finances so you won't go into debt. Surely. Now for the solar eclipse for Libra, how many houses is that? 1, 2. Debt. Yeah, so it's going to be affecting your 8th house. So it's best to pay off all your debts, or you will start owing, and they'll just start to like compound on each other. Also, you may lose something or someone around that time. So it's all about your themes will be taxes, debt, death, losing something, and transformation. I'm a Libra, and my Libra is also saying same thing for Libra. Yep, Jen, same thing for you. Yeah, I said, bruh. If y'all have any questions for too much for Libra, oh yeah. Libra, I said this last night in the chat. Did I say this 10? Libra for the next year and a half, it's going to be affecting their house of relationships. For the next year and a half, all Libras are going to want to get married. If they do not get married within that year and a half, starting, when did it start? Like last month? When did the axis shift? The north node and south node. Was it last month, Aaron?
It's a good question. Let me check real quick.
It was like last month, something like that. So if you guys starting like last month, if you guys don't get married within a year and a half, then chances are when it shifts again, it's going to go into your 8th house, which will be, the themes will be death. So that relationship will just stop.
Okay, so it shifted on July 17th.
So from July 17th, it's time for Libras to get married or move forward with a relationship and partnership. Hey, how my Taurus doing? If you ask me a question, because I know I mentioned Taurus already.
TWC doesn't listen to shit. That's why I keep him muted half the time.
Okay, because TWC, if you have a job, you should worry about gossiping. People, you're gonna find out somebody's probably been talking behind your back. So go ahead and confront them. 10, yes, year and a half, July 17th. So from July 17th, you count 1 year and a half. It's good for relationships, partnerships, even business partnerships. It doesn't have to be relationships only. It can be business partnerships or starting a new business. And it'll be good for you to you'll have the energy to pull that off. But back on Tiana, too much for Libra. It is too much for Libra because it's all about partnerships and relationships. And it's like gonna really kick your ass. That's complicated with both of us Libras. It is gonna, and that's the sucky part when two Libras, when air and air get together, it creates a tornado. It's like, okay, how are we gonna figure this out? So that must be like tough. Hi, fellow Libra. Hi, everyone. Shirley, nice. I'm trying to go back for the thing. Pisces gang. Who's a Pisces? Pisces, you're getting paid. Don't even worry. Just make sure you ask for promotion if you can, or if you feel self-worth, doubt. Like, hold on. I know I'm doing more than impress. Did Sassy hear what happened with Aries? She probably didn't. She just came in late. Please, she can run it back. Look here to listen. Now, did Saki ask the question already? Yes, she did. Okay. So, there's a date on the night.
He smells like my pee-pee clothes, Mama. Smells like my pee-pee clothes.
July 17th.
All right, then toss it over there.
do for me. I was going to try and get a job, my business, and I'm worried about finances. Surely, yes. Don't too much worry about your finances. Just go ahead and fix the debt that you owe, and you'll feel really good about it. It will not a year and a half. It will just July 17th. That's the count. Yes, 10 years. A year and a half from July 17th. That just started. It's best to get married or start a new business. I am Libra or Gemini rising. Tiana, which rising sign are you? You need to know your exact time of birth and where it's placed. When it comes to rising sign, okay, your sun sign, for everybody, your sun sign is what you represent. Your moon sign is how you project, how you see the world. And your rising sign is what will actually happen.
Did we cover what happens for Leos? Because my moon is in Leo.
Okay. Leo. I remember Leo, good time, and it's education. So if your moon is Leo, go ahead and take up a new, you're doing tarot. Try to learn something new about that. I would advance your knowledge on tarot, astronomy, astrology. It'd be a good time for that. Also, your child, your child is young. You may get news on travel. So if you do take up on the opportunity, whether you have the money or not, just do it. It'll be really good for you. It's a good time.
So you got
basically, Leos and Sagittarius will be the ones to really have fun about this. Everybody will feel good about this moon, but the Leos and Sagittarius, especially Sagittarius, will be the ones to really have fun. So if you have anything, Venus, Mars, well, not more so Mars. We'll just say Venus, rising, and moon, Sag, or Leo, you really have fun with this. I forgot your rising sign. It's better if you know your time of birth, and I'm not saying guess, do not guess, please. You need to know your exact time of birth, and then you go on 0800. Can you type it for me, Erin?
I was actually working on that.
Thank you. You go on that website. There's other websites also, but this website, it gives you
it's .com, right?
In the houses. Yes, .com does. It gives you the planets in the houses so that you can see how your life is going to pan out. When you do go on the website, you're going to see new what are those numbers called again? When it says V for 5, I forgot the name of those numbers. Well, on the left side where you see Sun in Libra, Mercury in this, Mars in that, that's your personality. On the right side, it's going to show you your houses. When you scroll down a little bit, it'll show you the planets in the houses. So it's best to, it'll say Sun in such and such house, Saturn in this house, Jupiter in that house. You go on Google, let's say your Sun is in the 5th house. Just giving an example. Anybody with a Sun in the 5th house probably have 10 kids. Let's just say Sun is in the 5th house. So how you use it is you go on Google, YouTube, wherever, you can put Sun in the 5th house. And it'll tell you everything you need to know. My mom was born after lunch on September. Your mom was born 1981? You must be young. I was born 1982.
No. It says my mom says I was born. So 10 was born after lunch. Sometime.
My mom say I wasn't even paying attention. I'm trying to read everything else. You're welcome, Shirley. My mom say I was born after lunch, September 24th, 1981. Yes, well, Finn, if you knew your exact time of birth, that will help you out. I will look down and then I will know all those houses. Yes, pretty much. It's more in depth of who you are versus your personality. Like I say, if you go on a website, the left side of those placements is your personality, and the right side are the houses. When you scroll down, you see the planets. It'll say this planet in this house, blah, 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 and you just type it all in, and you get more in depth. 3:02 a.m. Most people. I'm not saying your dad wasn't in the picture, but the sun wasn't there. More of a factor than your dad did, because people born when the sun is out, sun represents father, the moon represents mom. It doesn't always happen, but for like
That just made me think about something.
Huh?
That just made me think about something. There was one point where Shirley was asking me why her mom treats her differently if she actually had a different mom or something. I'm like, no, honestly, because I pulled cards on it. I was like, no, honestly, it looks like you have a different dad and she knows that, and that's why she treats you differently. But your dad has no idea, and that's why he's so nice to her.
Aha. Wow. Can everybody still hear you? Is that me?
They should.
Since it's buffering. Can everybody hear both of us? If you can you type a 1? What if we don't know the exact date?
I think they meant time.
You were born, you won't be able to know that. Of course, everybody knows the exact birth date, but if you don't know the time, then that won't be able to help you.
You look identical to your dad. Does your dad have a brother?
Who said this?
What?
Wow. What? Yeah,
Papa has a brother.
I'm pretty sure you do know your birthday.
Two brothers.
You just probably don't know the time of birth. And sometimes, the way I see things, this is my own perception. If you don't know the time of your birth, maybe it's not meant for you to know.
Mama, the last time you came with me, I wanted
my age. Because you're a girl, like most girls, like their dad.
And the pumpkin patch.
Well, let me see. Okay. Shirley, Astro Cafe is okay, but it does not give you the planets in the houses, and that's why I told you to go on the website 0800, because then it'll give you the actual planets in the houses. I usually go on Astro Cafe so that I can get somebody's numerology chart, which is really good also for people.
Shirley, you didn't answer my question. Does your dad have a brother?
Honey,
Doing?
I'm trying to look for my tooth.
Oh,
Like,
I hope it didn't get lost.
No.
You might be your uncle's child and not your dad's. Because with the way family genetics work, you could look just like my little sister looks just like my aunt did at one point.
You're not lying. I agree with that one.
And that would be why your mom didn't say anything.
Mm.
Still in that purple box. I put it back in
Now,
there.
Hopefully, for the people that are usually in your
I know it.
live session, they will play
you
this
find
back
it
so that they can get their full moon horoscope. Hopefully, if not, then it is what it is, and they'll just have to live it out. My father is a Pisces. You probably made him talk too much. Since you're a Taurus.
Look, guys.
You don't just
Look, I left the
and Pisces don't talk at all.
yesterday.
Hey, actually, that just made me think of something. What does it mean? Okay, so if a Capricorn has a Virgo moon, what kind of effect would that have on their personality?
Okay, so I wish I had a Virgo moon. I'm a Virgo rising, but it's still somewhat coincides. That means that person is a methodical thinker. He's gonna think before he acts and not speak much until he has the right thing to say. But everything has to be precise, on point, and perfection. But that's a good placement for a Capricorn, especially when it comes to business. They would do routine tasks. They're going to continue on with their routine. If anything in that routine switches up, it'll just cause that Capricorn to go haywire, and he'll probably blow up on everybody and have to fix everything. He'll probably be like the one to leave the job late to make sure everything is on point. You might catch them walking on. You ever seen somebody walking the sidewalk, but they won't touch the cracks of the sidewalk? That's a Virgo placement.
That's actually hilarious that you say that because I was like that as a kid, but I have absolutely no Virgo placements whatsoever.
Oh,
Okay. Most likely it's a Virgo placement. It's like everything has to be like precise. Like how many steps can I walk on the sidewalk without touching a crack? So I wish I had a Virgo moon, but I'm a Virgo rising, so I can somewhat speak on it.
Stop talking about
I'm a Virgo. Yes, we know. Libra with an Aquarius moon. What does that mean? Okay, I'm not going to tell you what it means. All I can tell you is, since Saturn is going to be in Pisces, it may affect how you feel about yourself, Shirley, for the next 2 years when Saturn starts to move forward. You may feel like you do not have enough money. You might have $10 million in the bank and feel like I don't have enough money. Oh my God, what if I go broke? If that happens, just take a breath and calm down.
Mama, what is this?
Anyways, Aries, you know somebody that's a Capricorn with a Virgo moon?
my dad.
What is big?
That means I was raised by a Virgo and a Capricorn with a Virgo moon. And both of my kids have Virgo moons.
I have a Virgo
I would
moon,
like
Mama.
that.
I have a Virgo moon.
I would like
Yes.
that. Virgo moon people are kind of sensitive and sympathetic souls, and curious about the world around them.
Laughing at my Cancer with a Virgo moon too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They want to feel safe and secure, and everything has to be tidy and structured and planned. So, but if that's a Capricorn, just like I said, like if stuff start going haywire, like where it's not structured or whatever, they may blow up on everybody like God to calm everybody and get everybody out of the way so they can fix it, make sure it's proper, and then everybody can go back to their normal days. They will be curious and observe everything that they encounter. I'll tell you that right now. So if a Virgo moon were to walk in a building and everybody's being social, understand that they're quiet for a reason to observe and see what's improper and what's proper before they act on whatever they need to act on.
Why does that sound like me? My moon is in Leo.
Leo moon is lights, camera, action. Look at me. Hi, TV, social media, computer. You guys see me? That's what it's about. My son is a Leo moon, so it's all about him. So, Virgo moons also make good speakers once they know what's in, like what their surroundings is. Especially if they're Capricorn, they'll just be a bit more stern when it comes to their speech. I see he's going to do a problem on the next live. I already know who they're talking about.
Talking about TWC, yeah.
Yeah. Super airing on social media. Yes, Leo moons is lights, camera, action. Look at me. I'm right here, social media.
Between the Aquarius rising and the Leo moon, yeah.
Leo moon people make good actors also. Now, if you have a Leo and Mars, that's automatic porn star.
No, my Mars is in Aries, thank goodness.
There's a difference there. That's why usually when I meet a girl, whatever, first day of sports, I'm like, hey, so when is your birthday? And they're thinking, I'm like, oh, they're like, oh, he's going to buy me a present. It's like, no, I just want to see what placements you have. The moment I see anything that says Leo, I'm like, okay, if it's a Venus and Leo, they'll be passionate about the relationship. But if it's a Mars and Leo, I'm like, all right, she's going to cheat on me. Let me just prepare for it. So, and the thing is, like, because, like, Mars, Leo people, they need attention and they need validation. And so if they're not getting validated, they're just going to be, they will feel less of themselves. So the moment a guy or a girl validates them, they'll be all in on that relationship just to continue getting that validation. And if the next person, he or she comes into that Leo's life to validate them, they'll jump to that one too. And they'll just keep jumping from this to that. Whoever validates them and gives them attention, that's what it's all about, because that Mars is pushing them. That anger is like drive is like, yes, I need more attention. Most of them, Mars Leo people like to color their hair. It draws more attention because, you know, they'll get the purples and the greens and the pinks and all that so that they can get people to look at them more.
Laughing because I've been thinking about dyeing my hair, but I was going to dye it black.
But
Look at you. That would fit you, though.
Oh, I know. I look good in black.
Yeah. Yeah, it'll fit you. The black lipstick looks good on you also. It makes your lips look really full, so that went with you.
That's because I actually do have naturally full lips. It's just it's harder to tell because they're just as pale as my skin.
Got you. Okay. Well,
speaking of which, this shit's a pain in the ass to take off, though.
Yeah.
Well, what do you use to take it off?
Just a rag and hot water.
Rag and hot water? Okay. If nobody has any questions, I can back out. Hopefully everybody listened to what I have to say. And for those that did not hear what I have to say, that's going to be on the live chat. Hopefully they play it back, or you can just let them know, like, just play it back so they can hear their outcome for the future. Because chances are I will be drinking a mojito, and people will be asking questions that I damn near already answered for them. So, who's Paul Ryan?
Literally just ignore TWC. Everything he says, just ignore him.
I can't. It's funny. All right, Aaron, I'm going to back out so you can prepare for your live chat.
Yes, it is time for me to get the live ready for the night.
Wait, hold on. She posted her question.
Hey, Mama.
Libra,
I almost finished one.
Libra sun, barely with a moon in Aquarius mean. All right, Shirley, instead of me giving you the water, I'm going to lead you to the water. This is what you do. You're going to go on YouTube and type in moon in Aquarius. And it'll tell you everything you need to know about yourself. Libra sun, you already know what Libra sun means. Indecisive. But the thing is, you're a cusp, so it's like you can shift from one energy to another. So one minute you may feel like, okay, I'm indecisive about this relationship or subject or whatever. Or you can shift back into Virgo and be like, okay, let's be practical and logical about this situation and make it perfection. But I suggest you type in moon in Aquarius and you'll get your answers. My moon is in Gemini. I'm going to let her go. But moon in Gemini, people, you do good in business and communication. So go work for somebody or start your own business. Now, Aries, I will back out so you can start your live, my love. Scorpio, I wish you were on here. You should just play it back and hear everything that's going to happen because somebody's going to be leaving your job and you're going to be happy about it secretly.
All right.
All right, y'all. Good
we got to hop off
night.
of here and I'm going to go get the live ready. I love you guys. I'll see you in a couple minutes.
Love you guys. All right, bye, Aries.
Bye.